And we continue to follow the devastating storm damage left behind by strong overnight winds and heavy rain yesterday.
Yeah, in New Haven alone, we saw dozens of trees toppled across roads and power lines ripped from utility poles. We're checking back in with Fox 61's Erin Coogan. She was out there surveying the damage yesterday, and now you're at a beloved family attraction. It was nearly destroyed, but they are going to do whatever they can to get that back open for families and for children to enjoy. Right, Erin?
Yeah, good morning. Well, just how strong those 100+ mph winds were yesterday. To put it into perspective, you can see the Carousel House, as you mentioned, a beloved space for families, friends coming down to New Haven Point, to the Lighthouse Point Park. And take a look. You can see this wasn't an open air facility before this, but now all of the windows, all of the side facades, back facades have been completely blown in. You can actually see the columns here bent in on themselves, and we do have crews actively on site working to just stabilize the facility, because right now that is the #1 concern. We have those columns that are bringing down kind of the roof portion of the structure here, and of course top of mind is the historic carousel inside. It's home to the more than 100-year-old carousel. Again, a major attraction for weddings, for families, people just wanting to enjoy the summer months. So these guys are actually building these stabilization structures that are going to line the entire outer perimeter of this structure. They're metal beams and that are basically replacing what was these stable columns before, but that are no longer here. Those are going to wrap around the entire building and hopefully protect from any further damage the carousel as well as the foundation of the building. We have those guys working over here. Over here you can see these metal structures, these ties that are here that are actually supporting these beams that are bending towards the inland away from the sea. Those are trying to hold them up right so that doesn't collapse either. But again, the structural integrity, the main point of repairs going on today. But of course we do have those trees down, dozens of trees down across Lighthouse Point Park that the park staff is going to have to get to. Take a listen about repairs. It's going to be a long time coming. This is Mayor Justin Elicker.
Whatever we end up doing to rebuild the building, we'll have additional infrastructure to make sure that these types of things don't happen again. You know, because it's a historical building, didn't have the kind of solid footings that held those columns in place that we typically would do in a new build. But we'll be working to identify additional funding and rebuild here. Lighthouse Point is a place that hundreds and hundreds of people enjoy every day.
As of right now, public access to Lighthouse Point Park is restricted. Nobody is allowed into the park as long as these crews are working, just for the safety of everyone at home. As for a timeline as to when the park may reopen, when the lighthouse or when the carousel building is restored, we might see a bit of an update coming next week, but they say it is going to be quite a bit of time and quite a bit of money. Of course, we're going to be following that for you and bringing you the latest on Fox 61. Guys?